Hello everybody and welcome back to video number 3 of Kaki Game Studios. This is your host and the creator of the channel speaking. So first I would like to apologize for not being able to upload or record any video during the last few weeks. I have been a little bit sick. I had to take some family members to the airport. I'm still enrolled in a couple of classes. So actually, taking the time to upload and record a video has been really hard. But now here we are. I really hope that you all had a great New Year's Eve and that all your dreams actually come true in 2018. Even if they don't, you get the opportunity to work towards them. And again, if you're still here, it's because you're interested in creating a video game, and that's the important thing. So last time we were talking about geometry and what that entails. So, a quick recap. What is geometry? Well, geometry is basically how video games were created many years ago. This was the technique used by developers to put buildings and structures and many other things into the environment and into the game. Nowadays, we have more advanced techniques, being that we create 3D models in Maya or Blender, and then we just import the FBX into Unreal, and we just get to render things in a more efficient way. But still, and interestingly, when it comes to creating a video game during the early stages of your game, geometry is actually going to play a vital role when you are creating the video game. For example, let's say that you are working in an environment, and at some point you say, you know what, I will really like to have an NPC in this area. What do? Let's say that it is 3 a.m. in the morning. You're not going to call the 3D modeling team and be like, okay, you know what, I just need an NPC. Can you guys work on it? No, because most likely they are going to be sleeping at this time, or even if they are awake, they're going to be working on something else. Let's say that you guys need a monster for your first level, an epic monster who is going to be like the first boss. They might be working on that, and they're most likely going to tell you, no, we're working on something else which is far more important. So what do? Well, you just grab a piece of geometry, you put it into the game, you assign manual values to it, and on top of it you can just put a text which is going to be displayed. And you can just say, okay, let's say that you want to have some sort of a frog maybe who is going to be part of a side quest. You can just call it frog. You can just have a text on top of it and call it frog, and in parentheses you can just say, okay, this is a frog static mesh, which is to be replaced with the 3D model whenever we create it or whatever. So if you're working with a server or a team or a group or an office, whenever the other group comes in and they start looking at the project and they see that, they're going to be, okay, so this is what we have to work with now. So it is basically a way of commenting on what you're doing, so other people get an idea of what is going on. So like I said, geometry plays a vital role during the early stages of development, and that is why we're working with a house, because we don't have a 3D modeling team in this case. So anyways, without any further ado, we're just gonna go on to what we were doing last time, and a few things that I'm going to fix right away. First being that I'm just gonna click on this box. I'm going to change the perspective to top, and in the values I will just, let's see, maybe okay, I will just assign this to 50 is fine. I'm just going to move it. Okay, so this is not working. So what we're going to do is, let's see, yeah, change the grip position to 5, and this is actually going to allow us to be able to place the box right here. We can just change this to 10, save current, change perspective. Okay, so now we have this border right here, which is not in the inside, because I have never seen a house that has that border on the inside. And the next thing that we're going to do is actually, this window is actually extremely small and it's not aligned to the door, so visually speaking this does not make any sense. At least in my brain it doesn't. So I'm just gonna go and fix that right away. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on the, let's see, there we go, the subtractive brush, and we're just going to drag it. Let's see, whoop, let's put it right here. Okay, so now we can just set values to it until it reaches the top. I mean, that's pretty simple. So this is the z-axis, which will be this one. Let's see, if I set this to 150, what will happen? Okay, so let's just change this to front. No, this is actually left. Oh no, actually I nailed it. So we can just let's see, we can just move this a little bit. So 5. Okay, so that is actually okay. I mean, it is not aligned with the door, but it's actually aligned with the other subtractive brush. But that will be fine. That will be fine. We just change this to perspective. Those are things that nobody's actually going to notice. So, I mean, I'm not encouraging you to do like mistakes or things that are not professional. But you know, if you were playing a game, let's say that you're playing a game. You know, let's say that this is a house that you have to interact with. Like you have to get in here and get something as part of the storyline or whatever. No one is actually going to notice that there's like some sort of a gap in the door. Like no one. So there are times that you can actually use the camera perspective and the environment to your advantage, and it's going to be less noticeable once we actually add some sort of a texture or something to it. So we can just set this to front. Okay, so now what are we going to do here? So we're just going to, okay, that is actually perfect. And so here's the complicated part, which is actually getting, wait, no, sorry, which is actually getting this thing in the proper size. Okay, so let's see what happens if I try to, okay. So just a little bit, um, hmm. Let's see, perspective, and yeah, this one is actually quite noticeable. Yep, this one we actually need to, whoa, I actually made a mistake. I mean, it's a mistake, but I can actually fix it really easy. So we can just go here, okay, drag this, and let's see, drag this down. Okay, there we go. And we just drag this back, and what we do here is just okay, so okay, there we go. And now we just drag this down a little bit, but still we need to play around with the numbers so we actually get what we're looking for. So this is the C axis, so basically will be something like doing this, but still it's that's like odd. So we can just, let's see, 1.05 maybe, a little bit less. Okay, let's see if I try. I think that is fine. That is okay. Save current, perspective, play. So we play the game. There's still some sort of a gap that is quite noticeable. So what we could do here is just hit on the window and set this to, hold on, perspective, front, and we can just set this to maybe 5. That should be fine. Perspective, play. That is actually quite okay. Yeah, that is actually quite okay. But still we have like a small gap between the windows. But still Again, this is just to have some sort of a visual representation in our game, so I really will not worry myself that much with it. So this is what we have so far. Let's just save this, save all, and let's just open. Oh, let's see, where's the picture? Small house. Okay, let's just open this right here, and we have our window, we have our door, we have this weird looking stairs or entrance. So now we need two more windows. So what we can do is go back into Unreal Engine, and this is the interesting part. We don't have to worry ourselves that much anymore. So we can just um, let's see, we can just grab the subtractive brush. You know what? Now that I think about it, let me look at the picture once more. So we have a door right here, right? And so we can just create our door first. So first of all, I can't see anything. So let's just click on the directional light, press E, and then just okay, there we go. Now we have proper light. So we can just click on this and press Alt on our keyboard, and then drag this arrow. And basically, this is going to do is create a new copy. Um, and then we can just rotate this. Let's see, 45? No, actually 90. Yeah. And now we just need to set this whatever we want. So at some point we are going to create another ramp or entrance or whatever. But for now, let's just work with our door. So we're supposed to have some sort of a subtractive brush, which is this one. And again, what we're going to do is just the same thing. Just press Alt on your keyboard and then click on the red arrow, and this is going to create a new copy. And again, we press E and then rotate 90 degrees. And now we're just going to set this up. Let's see. Okay, so we could just put this somewhere around here, right? I think that will be fine. Let's go back into perspective, and yeah, that should be okay. Just a little bit closer to the wall, I guess. And now we can just go top and click on the door frame, and now it's just a matter of getting this into place, which we already did. So we hit play, this is gonna be perfectly in place. Okay, so now we have our second door, which is what most houses have, at least poor houses, or low income family houses, whatever, however you want to put it. So now we need the windows, but in this case we have some sort of a different layout here. So we can just go and see. Let me see how are we going to do this window. Let me see the picture again. So yeah, we could just put a frame in, and that's it. Let's see. Okay, so we can just hit brush number 2 and press Alt, grab the arrow, create a new copy, and press E, rotate. Okay, so now we're just going to place this somewhere nice, top. Okay, so let's see. We could just put it right here, right? And again, press the green arrow. We're just going to hit Alt and then drag to create another copy. And in this case, we're going to leave an empty space, or a solid space in this case, which is going to be that division. This is more of a visual thing, so it actually looks nice. And so, okay, what are we missing? So now we need this weird uh, edge here, border or whatever. So we're just gonna hit Alt, drag to create another copy, and in this case we can just change perspective to left, No, no. All right, I will be right. Okay, there we go. Press E and then rotate. Whoops. Oh, my bad. Let me. Okay, there we go. 90 degrees. And now we can just change it to right and have this where we want. In this case, as you can see, we're having issues being like trying to relocate this piece. So we can just change this to 5, and this is actually going to allow us to put this where we want. And we just do the same thing. We just press Alt, grab the green arrow, and create a new copy. So basically, you're just going to be doing the same thing over and over again. Um, most of the time. So now to get to play, you're going to realize that everything is perfectly placed. Whoops, there seems to be an error here. Good thing we spotted, right? Yep. So what we're going to do here is we just go into perspective, top, and nothing that can be fixed. It's just um, so we just set this back to 5, drag it, click, drag, then we set this back to 10, perspective, and it's done. It looks great. Save current, save all. Um, one more thing, I would like to do something here really quick. Um, let's see, project settings, and let's just let's see. I'm looking for something really quick. Yeah, I'm just going to do something here. Um, animation, collision, general settings. Let's see if I can actually find what I'm looking for. Editor, platform. Okay, I can't find it. Physics, navigation system, input. I will be showing you guys how to create an input for the controllers at some point. But that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see. It's supposed to be somewhere around here. Subtitles, Optimus, no. Damn, can't find it. Gameplay debugger and user settings, console. Okay, so I can't find it. I'm just trying to set the. I really do not remember where it is, but whatever. I was trying to find to set the auto save to off, because at some point I have been doing things that I do not like, and when I try to Control Z on my keyboard, I can't because the engine actually auto-saved uh, by itself. I'm not gonna worry about it that much. I'll just um, take a look at it later. So, anyways, so I'm just going to hit save again just in case. We have the windows, and now it's just a matter of taking this window frame, pressing Alt, and then dragging the red arrow again. And let's see. So here we just go back into the top mode or view, and we're just going to rotate. And we place the window, and now we just create one more copy, and there we go. If we go back into perspective, we should have a window, which is, visually speaking, it looks okay, I think. Let's see, if I hit play, and so then we can just put some sort of like a nice touch here to fix the visuals. um, let's see how long this is um, so on the y-axis is actually 50, right? So if I go and press this, let's see if I set this to 70. No. So that means that we need to 50. Okay, so this actually on the X, if I go like 720, okay, so I'm trying to do something here, but apparently it is not going to work. 100. Okay, so what is going on here? Why are you so up? Okay, so 5, and still there is something wrong with it. 10. This is really interesting. So this is one of those occasions that I would just want to Control Z on my keyboard and get everything back where it was. I'll just work on this later. I just want to get the rest of the windows. And so what do we have now? So we have two doors and a pair of windows. So I'm pretty sure this type of house is not going to have any more doors, but we could just repeat the window settings for the rest of the house. We could just, you know, do the following thing. We could just grab grab everything. We can just go and hit on, let's see, um 5 and 6. So we could just control, grab, and let's see, control this, and let's see, can we actually grab the frame? The door frame will be 2 and 3. Okay, so if I just go to top view and I hit alt and I grab the arrow, so this is going to be a little bit complicated. We're going to use a few keys right here. So we're just right now we're pressing alt, hit the arrow, and now we have a new copy of that. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit shift, and we're just going to drag the camera along. And now what we need to do is actually we need to rotate the whole thing. But if we rotate this, does it actually changes? I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah, it actually changes, but I don't think that. Let's see. So if I go to top view, I could just, I could just grab everything and move it. And if if let's see, this is actually on the second line of the, okay, so this will be something like, so this will be, let's see, um so if I leave it right there, and then we have the problem that it's gonna be all messed up. So what we're going to do here is, let's see, hmm actually interesting. So we could just do the following thing. Okay, so we could just forget about everything that we did. Okay, so and now we go back into top mode and we create a new copy, but right here, right? Just create a new copy right here, and we are going to rotate this one right here. And now we should be able, okay, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. So if I just place this here, okay, fine. This is actually fine. So now we move the camera, and if I were to, let's see. So if I go and hit perspective, what will I get? Yeah, it's actually perfectly placed, right? So we have our door. So let's just change the light, and because we actually need to see what we're doing here. Okay, so now we have the windows, and they are actually perfectly aligned. We're just missing the show frames per second. So we're just missing the frames, but this is actually very simple. We just again go into top view, and we hit on the frame, control, hit on the other frame, and oh no, oh no, hold on. Okay, there we go. Ah, come on. Okay, there we go. So the same thing, alt drag and press shift, so you can actually drag everything along with it. And so let's see if I go into perspective again. So now my windows are making some sort of a sense. Let's see, I want to verify something. Okay, so they are actually like, hold on. So this is the only complicated part about playing around with Unreal, because you need to be, you gotta make so many changes along the way that it actually take quite some time. Let's go back into top view and try to fix whatever it is that is going on here. So let's see. Okay, so it seems like this should be here, and this should. What is going on? Okay, so let's see. That is supposed to go there, and this is supposed to go here, and this is supposed to go here, and this is supposed to go here. So now it should be fine. Yep. Now everything should be where it belongs. So if I hit play, what do I get? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so if we go inside this house, um, like, will that make any sense to you? Like, yeah, I think it will. We don't need any more windows. We can just put one more set of windows, like somewhere around here, and we will be done. Like, let's see, top, and well, in this case, they don't have to match the ones that I'm gonna be putting here. They don't have to match this one. So basically what we can do is just do the same thing again, the same old trick, just control on everything. Control, 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 frame, sorry, and okay, this is not cooperating. There we go. And let's see, what do we do now? We just somewhere around here will be fine. This does not need to be perfect. Ugh, come on. Okay, so this is being annoying right now. So we just go 90 degrees. Okay, there we go. And okay, so if I go into perspective, this should be just fine. Let's see. Now we gotta change the sun's position again. Yeah, it's actually looking fine. Okay, so now we have our house slash basic geometry. Okay, so I'm just going to make a few adjustments here. The back side, and okay, so I want to have some lightning around here. No, you know what? There we go. since we're going to be working on this particular area now. So I'm just going to save everything and save all levels. I often find myself saving because Unreal likes to crash from time to time, so be aware of that. Um, so I'm just going to take I'm just going to make a quick pause right here, and I'm going to explain something really quick. So if we grab a box and we put it right here, right, and let's say that let's see, this is 40, 40. Okay, so that this will be like 380, right? And if I just click it there, and let's see, this is okay, so this will be 1000, right? I'm just going to explain something really quick. I mean, I will try to be quick, just so you have a more specific understanding of what is going on. And we set this to, let's see, okay, so if I set this to, whoops, so let's see if what I'm trying to accomplish here actually makes sense and it is in any way correct. Okay, so yep, it is. It is. Okay, so right now, what we have here is a box, which is the exact same size of what we have right now. And you might be wondering, so what's the point of this? Well, if I take this box and I set it to hollow, and by the way, whenever you see a check mark in Unreal Engine, that basically means this is a Boolean condition, which means this is either false or true, or yes or no, or 0 or 1. But we're not going to be using the latter that much. So, but keep in mind that right now we're just setting a condition to true. This is basically asking, is this hollow? Which we're saying yes. And that means that this thing is actually going to be empty now on the inside. And if we just grab our door, let's see, if I just take this brush, I mean, sorry. So if I just take this brush and hit on the door frame and not do that, because that's, okay, what is going on here? Hold on. Okay, so control, okay, there we go. So if I just drag this along the way and place it there, now we will effectively have a new house. And right now we could just, let's see, this is actually set to 40, right? So we could just go here and look for an option that says wall thickness. It's supposed to be somewhere around here. Let me see if I can find it. Wall thickness. Oh, there we go. So if I just set this to 40, maybe, let's see what we get. Okay, so if I just set this to 40, whoops, no, it has to be a little bit bigger. Let's see, 50 maybe, 60, and what happened here? All right, so I have to set this to maybe 50 as well. Okay, so the floor is not cooperating with me. So this was not actually part of the video, so this is why I'm struggling a little bit with what I'm doing right now. But I want to show you something. Okay, there we go. Um, as you can see now, we have a box which can actually represent a house, just like what we have been doing so far. And you could be, there's the argument that, okay, so what's the point of actually, complicating my life if I can just get a brush put it into the map and just do this. It will be far more it will be faster. Well, the thing is that in this case I was actually showing you how to use geometry piece by piece, and it actually forces you to, in this case I actually forced you to do a little bit of math, like you had to take into account the, the bottom part and the top part, and then do a little bit of math, in order to get the right sizing and the right borders. um, Later on I will be using more how do you say, like more complicated or advanced, in this case, techniques and ways of doing things. And in the end of the day, you don't have to worry about this, because when we are ready to go with the house, I'm just going to grab every single piece of geometry, and then I will just create a static mesh, and we will effectively have the same thing um, that we have here. But in this case, we're just going to have the windows and all that. Um, so, like I said, the other way was just a way of getting started with geometry and how to play around with it. So, I think I'm just going to stop for now. I know that some people might be like, ah, but I want to see some more. It's already been like 36 minutes on this video, trying to fix our errors and trying to get everything back in place. So next time, I'm planning on basically put the door, put the windows, and work on on the texture and finish the ramp that goes right here. Let's see. I need to change my lightning here. My light, I'm sorry. So yeah, just going to finish with the ramp, and after that, I will start working on all the details of the house. So I really hope that this video was of any use to you. I really hope that you liked and enjoyed what we were doing. And again, if you have any comments, any suggestions, or any questions, feel free to post them on the comment section below. And I will try to keep providing with more content, with more interesting things. So if you like, you can also subscribe, so you YouTube actually messages you, and well, actually it just gives you a notification whenever I upload a video or something. So that will be it for today. I really hope I can get to upload another video during the next few days. So I'll be seeing you guys.